Morning. Well, it's morning here. Right now, I don't know if you remember. I bought this. It's a different speedo than what I put on the CX. But most of these aftermarket speedos you buy come with this sensor, which you have to fit down on the end of your fork by a disc. Now, I don't know if you can remember problems I had with the CX. If you can, I can't get around. Can I get around there? Right, now that's the sensor on the CX. Now that came with 3 magnets that go on the disc, which you just literally stick on the disc. And then the problem with that is I've looked at a couple of videos and guys have had the magnets flying off. So some guys have glued them on. They've glued them to the top of nuts and put them on. Now this is the latest one. They've obviously upgraded. That is, let me focus. It might be in focus. It's probably my eyes that are out of focus. Yeah. Right, now this is the magnet side. They've obviously upgraded them slightly. So the thing to bear in mind, I didn't realise this, that you're going to have to drill your disc. As you can see, I've drilled the disc, and they've obviously made these probably a universal size to fit discs, and it comes with a one of these clips that pops on the back. Now I drilled the disc, and I don't know if you can see there, the disc is just too thick to get the clip on. Now I've got the clip on that side, focus, but it's distorted, so it's not completely on. So I drilled those holes out, I deburred them. It's just too thick, so what I'm doing is I'm squeezing that clip on, and then I'm going to lay the disc down and fill it from the back with super glue to get those sensors on there. Now, I don't know if you can see the outline here. This disc off the KTM came with this is the ABS, which is in the brake. Now I'm not using that on this bike. Obviously, I didn't. When I got all the parts for the KTM, it was a bike that was braking, so I didn't get all the parts. But that's just a thing to bear in mind when you buy these aftermarket speedos. The wiring diagram is pretty good with this one, but it comes with almost every function. You can see why I've labelled all the wires. It comes with almost every function that you get on a bike. But these older bikes, they don't have all those things, so you have to cut all them off. This is what we'll do. I'm going to connect up what I can. Now I've got the speedo to light up. It's not connected at the moment, and I've got headlamps, indicators. I've got to get all the other stuff connected. But as for drilling the disc, a good centre pop, go through with a small drill and then a bigger one with some lubricant if you've got some. It's not particularly hard to drill. It's quite an easy task. And you just make a bracket. Now on the CX, when I fitted that sensor on, I couldn't get the speedo to work properly. It was jumping it was going 10, 20, then jumping up to 80, 90 mile an hour. For some reason, when I fitted the fork protectors, it started working fine. So whether or not the bottom of the fork, if there was some sort of magnetic field that was interfering with the sensor, we'll find out when we put this one on if it does exactly the same. It's exactly the same sensor, and it's just different speedo. It gives you a nice range of adjustment there to get it quite close to the magnets. These were selling Lidl's. It's a must for doing a bike build, a vernier gauge, for measuring your bearings, and even like the drills, like for measuring those little magnets. It's a cheap bite rather than struggling to guess the sizes. Anyway guys, that was just a what we're going to call it, digital speedo sensor video. Pretty easy job. Going to get those glued in, get the disc back on, then get the wheel back on, make the bracket for the sensor. Short video. Cheers, bye.